Hey, Celtics Nation. We're back with an exclusive video and the latest updates on our beloved Boston Celtics. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll always stay up to date and never miss out on any exclusive news. The entire basketball world woke up in disbelief today after reports surfaced that NIKOLA JOKIĆ, the reigning MVP and one of the most dominant players of this generation, has signed a 3-year deal with the Boston Celtics. It's the kind of move that no one truly saw coming. Not the fans, not the analysts, not even the insiders who pride themselves on knowing everything before it happens. The story broke early in the morning, and by the time the sun came up in Boston, the city was buzzing like it hadn't since the days of Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett. Imagine that. JOKIĆ, the Serbian sensation, the man who turned the Denver Nuggets into perennial contenders, now wearing the iconic green and white of the Celtics. It almost sounds unreal, like one of those wild trade machine fantasies fans cook up on Reddit. But according to multiple sources close to the situation, the deal is done. 3 years, massive money, and a fresh chapter for both JOKIČ and the storied franchise. Boston has been chasing banner number 18 for years, and with JOKIČ in town, that dream suddenly feels a lot closer. The only question is, how did this even happen so quietly? Nobody seems to know the exact sequence of events that led to this stunning signing, and that mystery only adds to the drama. Just a week ago, JOKIČ was spotted in Serbia, spending time with his horses, enjoying the quiet life that has always defined him off the court. The Nuggets, his home for nearly a decade, appeared set to run it back with him at the center of everything. Yet behind closed doors, whispers had started to circulate. Whispers that JOKIČ was restless, that the front office was struggling to commit to certain roster changes he felt were necessary to keep the team competitive. Some insiders claim he was growing tired of the constant pressure, the endless comparisons to legends, and the emotional weight of carrying a small market franchise. Enter the Celtics, a team known for tradition, discipline, and a relentless hunger for greatness. Brad Stevens, now the mastermind in the front office, reportedly made the boldest pitch of his career, appealing not just to JOKIČ's basketball instincts, but to his love for team-oriented play. The pitch, as one insider described, was a vision of basketball purity. Stevens told JOKIČ that in Boston, he wouldn't need to chase stats or carry a franchise alone. He'd join a team that already had stars like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, players who could match his competitiveness and share the spotlight. The Celtics system, built on ball movement, defensive intensity, and smart execution, fits JOKIČ's style like a glove. It's easy to imagine him orchestrating the offense from the top of the key, finding Tatum, cutting to the basket, or hitting Brown for a corner three with a no-look pass. For years, the Celtics have been on the verge of something great, but they always seem to lack that one transcendent player who could elevate everyone else. Now, with JOKIČ in green, the formula feels complete. What's more, this move could shift the entire balance of power in the NBA, setting up a new rivalry between Boston and Denver, with emotions running high on both sides. In Denver, fans are understandably heartbroken. JOKIČ wasn't just their best player. He was their identity, their heart and soul. His unique blend of humility, skill, and charisma turned the Nuggets into a global favorite, and now that connection feels suddenly severed. The city that watched him grow from second-round pick to a 2-time MVP is now left with a void that can't easily be filled. Reports say the Nuggets try to keep him, offering a revised contract and promises of future moves, but JOKIČ had already made up his mind. Some sources claim his relationship with the front office had quietly cooled over time, particularly after last season's playoff exit, where internal disagreements about rotations and roster depth came to light. JOKIČ is loyal, yes, but he's also fiercely competitive, and if he felt his championship window closing in Denver, it makes sense that he'd look elsewhere. Still, it's going to be strange, even painful, seeing him in another uniform, especially one as historic as Boston's. Meanwhile, the reaction in Boston has been nothing short of euphoric. Fans flooded social media within minutes of the news breaking, photoshopping JOKIČ in Celtics jerseys, replaying his highlights, and imagining what the upcoming season might look like. The combination of JOKIĆ, Tatum, and Brown instantly makes Boston a powerhouse, arguably the most complete team in the league. The offense is bound to be fluid and unpredictable, with JOKIČ serving as the ultimate connector, the kind of player who can turn a good team into a generational one. Local sports talk shows have already exploded with excitement, debating whether this trio could rival the 2008 Celtics or even the Larry Bird-led dynasty of the 80s. Some pundits are calling it the boldest move in modern franchise history, a masterstroke that could define the next era of Celtics basketball. And as much as it shocks the league, it's a reminder of how unpredictable and thrilling the NBA can be. Of course, there are skeptics, there always are. Some wonder how JOKIČ will adapt to Boston's demanding sports culture, where expectations can crush even the most confident stars. Others question how he'll coexist with Tatum, who has grown accustomed to being the team's focal point. Then there's the matter of chemistry. Great players don't always fit seamlessly together, and it might take time before the trio fully clicks. But here's the thing. JOKIČ isn't just any star. He's a basketball savant, a player who sees the game several steps ahead. If anyone can make this work, it's him. The Celtics have built a culture of accountability, and JOKIČ thrives in that environment. For all the doubts, one thing is clear. The NBA just got a lot more interesting. And somewhere in Denver, fans are wondering if they just witnessed the biggest turning point in modern basketball history. As the dust begins to settle on what might be the most shocking move in recent NBA memory, the questions are multiplying faster than anyone can answer them. How long had this been in the works? Was this a sudden decision born from frustration, or a carefully calculated choice by JOKIČ and his camp? Sources close to the league suggest the latter, that conversations between Boston's front office and JOKIČ's representatives quietly began months ago, during a window when few were paying attention. It was discreet, methodical, and, above all, deeply strategic. JOKIČ, who rarely chases fame or media attention, reportedly wanted to make a move that wasn't about headlines, but about basketball itself. Boston, with its deep-rooted culture of teamwork and legacy, offered exactly that. The Celtics organization, known for playing the long game, seems to have pulled off a masterclass in timing and persuasion. In hindsight, maybe the signs were there all along. The subtle hints in JOKIČ's interviews about wanting to play somewhere with a historic culture, or his comments about loving smart basketball. Looking back, it's almost poetic how it all came together. The ripple effects of this signing are already reshaping the league's power structure. The Eastern Conference, once considered the easier path to the finals, suddenly looks terrifying for everyone not named Boston. Teams like Milwaukee, Philadelphia, and Miami are already scrambling to respond, reportedly exploring aggressive trade scenarios to counter the Celtics' new super team. But even beyond the competitive implications, there's something deeper about this move, a narrative shift. JOKIČ, long seen as the humble giant from Denver who shunned the spotlight, has now stepped into one of basketball's brightest stages. Boston is not a city for the faint of heart. Every pass, every miss, every decision will be analyzed, dissected, and discussed for hours on end. Yet, if there's one player equipped to handle that pressure with calm and grace, it's NIKOLA JOKIČ. His unshakable demeanor might be the exact stabilizing force Boston needs as they chase glory once again. Behind the scenes, the Celtics are already preparing for a media frenzy. Training camp is expected to be unlike any in recent memory, with reporters from around the world descending on the Auerbach Center to catch a glimpse of JOKIČ in green. The coaching staff is reportedly designing new offensive sets that revolve around his unique skill set, plays that highlight his court vision, touch, and ability to make others better. There's talk that the Celtics might even reinvent their identity, leaning into a more fluid, motion-heavy offense reminiscent of the Spurs' golden years. Tatum and Brown, both elite scorers, are said to be thrilled by the prospect of playing alongside a passer of JOKIČ's caliber. According to one team source, the energy around the locker room is electric as players realize they're about to be part of something special. Still, there's an understanding that expectations will be sky high, and anything less than a championship could be seen as failure. In Boston, greatness isn't optional, it's demanded. Back in Denver, the reaction is more complex. Some fans feel betrayed, arguing that Jokic owed it to the city that believed in him when few others did. Others, however, are taking a more reflective stance, understanding that this is part of the game's evolution. After all, the Nuggets did achieve what many thought impossible. They built around Jokic, they won a championship, and they made history together. Perhaps this move isn't about abandonment, but evolution. A great player seeking a new challenge after conquering one mountain. Still, there's no denying that Denver faces an uncertain future now. Without Jokic, the team's identity will have to be rebuilt from the ground up. Rumors are already circulating about potential trades and free agent pursuits. But replacing a player like Jokic is simply impossible. He wasn't just their best player. He was their system, their rhythm, their heartbeat. His departure marks the end of an era, one that will be remembered with both pride and pain. As for Jokic himself, those close to him say he's at peace. He's never been driven by fame or money, though both come naturally to him. What drives him is purpose. And right now, that purpose lies in proving that his style of basketball, unselfish, cerebral, beautifully unpredictable, can win anywhere, not just in Denver. Boston offers him a canvas rich with history, expectation, and possibility. He's stepping into the same lineage as Russell, Bird, Pierce, and Garnett, players whose legacies are woven into the very fabric of the franchise. Jokic knows the weight of that history, but he also knows his own power to shape it. Those who know him best say he sees this move as a challenge, not a comfort, a new opportunity to redefine greatness on his own terms. And maybe, just maybe, that's what makes this next chapter so exciting. But before we continue, please remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest news about the Boston Celtics. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. When a season tips off, all eyes will be on Boston. The Garden will roar louder than it has in years. Every Jokic assist greeted with awe. Every pass dissected by fans who understand just how special he is. The NBA thrives on moments like this. When the unexpected happens, when a superstar rewrites the map, when the league's pulse shifts overnight. NIKOLA Jokic signing with the Boston Celtics isn't just a transaction. It's a statement. It's the dawn of a new story, one that will define this decade of basketball. The questions, the skepticism, the hype, they're all part of the theater. But one thing is certain. The Celtics just became the most fascinating team in the world, and Jokic, the quiet genius from Somber, now stands at the heart of basketball's loudest stage. The season can't come soon enough. The excitement surrounding Donovan Mitchell's potential Celtics debut has also sparked endless discussion about the impact on playoff projections, team identity, and long-term legacy, as analysts examine how a player of his caliber might alter Boston's trajectory while simultaneously reshaping expectations across the Eastern Conference. Conversations have ranged from evaluating lineup synergies to projecting high-pressure performance under playoff conditions, with experts dissecting everything from shooting efficiency to defensive versatility and leadership style. Fans are captivated, imagining dramatic sequences, buzzer beaters, and historic playoff moments that could define not just Mitchell's career, but the Celtics' narrative for years to come. At the same time, the Cavaliers are reportedly navigating complex negotiations to secure a return package that offsets the loss of a franchise player, a process complicated by contract structures, positional needs, and future planning considerations. The cultural dimension of this rumor is also striking, as it demonstrates how player empowerment, media influence, and fan engagement intersect in modern professional sports, creating a spectacle that transcends the game itself. Whether or not the trade materializes immediately, the speculation has already redefined conversations about team strategy, superstar influence, and league hierarchy, producing a story that blends drama, strategy, and emotion in ways that few other NBA narratives have achieved, cementing Mitchell's potential move as one of the most riveting and consequential tales of the current basketball era. Whispers in sports circles suggest that if Donovan Mitchell officially joins the Celtics, the ripple effect will extend far beyond Boston, influencing trade discussions, free agency strategies, and competitive dynamics throughout the league. Analysts argue that such a move could redefine the balance of power in the Eastern Conference, prompting rival teams to reconsider their own rosters, coaching strategies, and long-term planning, while simultaneously elevating Boston's status as an immediate championship contender. Fan reaction has been intense, with endless speculation about lineups, rotations, and highlight reel potential, as well as the broader narrative implications of integrating a star of Mitchell's caliber into a team with established stars. Behind the scenes, team executives are reportedly working meticulously to manage contracts, salary cap considerations, and player roles to ensure that the addition enhances rather than disrupts team chemistry. Beyond basketball, the situation exemplifies the modern era of player agency, highlighting how elite athletes can shape franchise decisions, influence league narratives, and command strategic concessions that impact both short-term performance and long-term planning. Social media continues to amplify every development, turning rumors into communal experiences that engage fans globally, blending excitement, speculation, and critical analysis into a continuous conversation that underscores the drama and unpredictability of professional sports. As the story unfolds, the Donovan Mitchell to Boston rumor has captured the imagination of the NBA community, creating a sense of anticipation and intrigue that few transactions can match, positioning this potential move as a defining moment in contemporary basketball history. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Boston Celtics, please subscribe to our channel and give the video a like. We always appreciate your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.